seriously looking forward to a future that is wireless, like everything wireless. It's 4:30 and it's taken me a few hours to get everything as I want it, and I've got to unpack it all up again. I really need to make that travel thing that I was always on about. And I hate the idea that I have to change ports and connections and all kinds of stuff just to be able to record a video. Anyway, today I wanted to quickly touch on something that everybody who is into technology and making videos for the internet has probably looked at it, and that is AI, which is just exploding. I'm not going to talk about ChatGPT and all that stuff because you've probably been inundated with it and you've seen it everywhere: TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, the whole lot. But what I do want to talk about is how I think it's going to save so much time and allow you to be so much more productive. We've already got tools and services that allow us to take the content that we've recorded, upload it to Dropbox and Frame.io and places like that. And then you can hire virtual assistants on Fiverr and Upwork and places like that to help you work on it while you sleep. And I think that's the most important factor here, is getting stuff done when you're sleeping, when you're resting, outside of your work day. Because everything runs at real-time super speed these days, that just trying to keep up and crank out that quality content on a daily basis is very difficult to do when you're not automating a lot of that. And obviously you can't automate the authenticity out of it, which unfortunately a lot of this AI will do. But I think that will also open up the fact that people will start to look for more authentic video, instead of it just being programmed and SEO and people just trying to game the system with YouTube of putting up content with music and so many hours just to get that AdSense payout. I think a lot of systems are going to have to adapt and change. YouTube kind of softly deployed that system of 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers. I'm sure that's going to change, or it's going to adapt, especially as AI takes off. But I do think that AI is going to be a massive part of the productivity tool belt for content creators moving forward from now on. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. Just quick look here on the desktop. I put a blog post up. I've redesigned my profile and actually become a subscriber again at Medium, and tidied up my profile, made it nice and neat, and put a little blog post up there. If you haven't seen it, or you don't follow me on Twitter, elevate productivity in 2023 with these top 70 AI tools. Yes, I got ChatGPT to rewrite that title for me. And that's what I'm saying, is that there's a lot of cool things that are coming out of these AI tools. I don't want people to be thinking about them as just like, oh, I'm going to build something and just throw it into here and it's going to spit it out and, content made. I think that's why I love content. People don't follow that. They don't subscribe to that. They want to subscribe to the person behind it, and what their motivations are and why they did it, and a message in there, relatability, all of that stuff, which you kind of remove the soul of a person when you run it through an AI stuff. But I did create a list of like 70 different sites that I'm looking at, and I will reduce these down to a smaller list because they will become part of the tool belt. And when I talk about tool belt, what I'm really talking about is the day-to-day usage of these things to speed up parts of your day. So for instance, for me, in the morning, it's wake up, it's breakfast, it's exercise, lots of water, wait a couple of hours, ideally have some coffee. And sometimes I have days where I'm presented with just like a blank page, or I've got my notebook open, or I've got various things open. I just can't get going. I just can't get that seed of inspiration to just be like, okay, this is what I need to work on. And I think a lot of these AI tools are going to be incredibly useful for people who have difficulties with learning, or ADHD, anxiety, stress related illnesses where clarity and focusing is very difficult. And so that's why I get excited about some of this stuff, because just having one of these, just having an idea and a prompt and then having it spit something out, it can just get the ball rolling with everything. So yeah, a couple of other things I just wanted to quickly touch on is that apart from that post, which I'm going to start to deploy some of these things in my day-to-day, And I'm definitely going to be putting a Udemy and a Skillshare course together on these things, because even though people see these things, they don't know necessarily where to put them in. So I'm going to kind of do a course of like anywhere between 5 and 10 minute blocks, so I can be like, deploy this today, and then you just pick so many of those blocks and add that to your day, your productivity day, and see how much time it saves you. I've started to also a brand new blog this year called We Are Made of Dust, and it's going to be my blog for 23 and 24, and it's all about automating everything. So everything that you have in your day-to-day life, things that can help your meat sack existence, as I call it, thrive while you're sleeping. Not everything on free play and passive, because obviously you have to make sure these things are up and running, they're doing the right thing, they're distributing in the right places. Those things go wrong and fall over, so you have to give them a little bit of time per day. But instead of getting up and be overwhelmed by, oh, I have so much to do, I've got to do this, I'm trying to get to the point where I can reduce that down to 2 or 3 hours a day, after setting all the equipment up, of course. Another place that I'm going to be writing and blogging on this year is a blockchain called Dezo. It's been around for about a year now. I really like the fact that even though it's not free transactions, it's very, very cheap. And they have a front end called Diamond app, which is absolutely brilliant. Like, it's fast, it's clean. I can buy other creators' tokens. I can mint NFTs. I just really, really like it. It's got a really good vibe about it. There's a lot of people flogging and flipping NFTs on there, but there is some old school OGs that are using it as well. And I have used other blockchains, but I've just not felt the vibe of the community. It's very kind of like insular or isolated or walled garden. So I'm trying out different blockchains this year. And one of the features that I really like about Diamond is if I go to my profile here, you can see at the top I pinned it somewhere here. You can actually either write a post or you can write a blog post. So I wrote the blog post out first on here, and then I modified it a little bit to put on Medium. So I know it seems crazy, but I'm going to be automating a lot of stuff this year from different RSS feeds, from Diamond, from We Are Made of Dust, from the Medium account. All have a different vibe. One very much blockchain, one very much personal, and the other one Medium, more to reach out to other creators and other people who are doing building public this year. That's it, really. I just wanted to give you a bit of a heads up where my head was at. Really pleased about finally getting the setup going, and I just hope the audio and everything's working on this. The lights and everything's all set up perfect. It's bloody cold, but we got it going. Catch up with you soon. Bye.